Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1.
Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Meet the Movie Press, roundtable movie news and commentary from the industry's premier film journalists.
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to Meet the Movie Press at the brand spanking new studio space, the Popcorn Talk Network. Guys, thank you for joining us live. Sorry for the delay. There's just a few kinks that we were working out, but as you know, I am Mark Reilly, editor-in-chief of schmoesknow.com.
And I'm Jeff Sneider, film reporter, therap.com, and worker out of said kinks.
Welcome. How do you like the new studio, man?
I dig it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like, like I always say, it's like, you know, you need to subscribe to iTunes and rate and review and comment because it keeps the spaceship running.
Yep.
It also upgraded the spaceship.
This does feel like a spaceship a little bit.
I know. It's really cool. So, guys, thank you, as always.
I wish there were more buttons I could push, though.
I know. Me too. Well, we got these over here.
Like pushing buttons.
I love pushing buttons, and I love seeing all you guys out there tuning in on the Facebook page. No, on the YouTube, www.youtube.com/Popcorn Talk Network. That's where you can check us out live and comment. And we're going to go right into the news because we're a little behind. What's out there? There was a lot of like little news stories. There was a lot of like geeky stuff. And then there was the Emmys. And what do you want to talk about, Jeff?
I don't know where to start, honestly.
I don't either. How about this?
Okay.
Let's start with Ghostbusters because, one, I love
All
that.
right.
Just this morning, Sigourney Weaver's back. She's going to Ghostbusters. And I said something interesting. I'm like, oh yeah, she's probably doing a cameo. But in the excuse me, in the report I read, they were like, no word if she's coming back as Dana Barrett. And I'm like, how is that possible?
It seems like none of the original cast is coming back as their original characters.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then so when they said Dana Barrett, I'm like, if she's Dana Barrett in that new world, and Bill Murray is playing the skeptic as a different character, I'd be all confused. I'd be like, what is going on? I don't get it. So
yeah, I just love how there will be literally no surprises in this film.
I know.
It's kind of crazy how every single cameo has been spoiled or leaked.
Yeah.
I mean, why, how can Marvel get away with it and Sony can't figure out how to like close a set or something?
Right. I don't know. And I mean, I know a couple times it was the actual actors themselves, like Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, like, yes.
He was like, hey, I'm doing, oops, and then deletes it.
Right, exactly. And then I'm asked to delete the story. I'm like, wait, Dan Aykroyd went on.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have to be more clear with Dan next time going forward.
Well, it might be just he was pushing that part 3 forever.
Paul was upset about that one.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, Ernie Hudson now, Sigourney. Who else will be back in this movie? We'll find out before we even see it.
They're all going to be back, I guess. Are they going to do like digitally insert Harold Ramis or what? I mean, it's like sad.
I get how irresistible it is to not report something like that, but man,
yeah,
I wish I was like actually caught off guard by some of these things next summer.
Yeah, me too. But that was big news. But for me, the biggest news was Paul Feig finally going after this troll.
That was pretty crazy. I actually asked my editors. I was like, "Hey, should we pick this up?" With Paul basically telling some fan to fuck off. Yeah, I guess he's not really a fan. He's like a troll. Like
no, he was a troll. And I looked at the thread, and this guy has been going after Feig and the cast for the better part of the whole shooting schedule.
Over what? It's like over casting women.
Casting women.
Traditionally male roles.
Yeah, casting women. He's like, I have so much love for the original cast, and then he completely turns around and says, these fucking guys suck. They're all selling out and blah, blah, blah. And then Feig's like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. Yeah. I'm sick of you. You've been, doing this and that.
But I mean, that's what the block button's for, too.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think he kind of said it to everybody, kind of came to his defense, and he's like, no, I this is not a managed account. My assistant doesn't run this. I check out your tweets. I try to talk to you guys.
Right.
So I think just finally it just got to him.
People have forgotten that it's a privilege to talk to their favorite directors or actors or whatever, and so Yeah, they just lob kind of insults, and people are reading this stuff, and it can hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
I try to keep that in mind.
And
you
this,
still have to be honest.
Yeah.
But
and this guy that was trolling him, I mean, get a life, dude. This guy's sitting around, literally.
Yeah, I don't even know why we're talking about him.
I know. I was going to maybe shout him out so everybody goes.
And why are we talking about Sicario 2?
Yes. Okay, Ghostbusters aside, Sicario, you've seen it.
So yes, I've seen it. And
I'm
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
This movie lends itself to no sequel whatsoever.
I haven't seen it yet, and I could already feel that.
Now, it's like I got into it with my good friends at Variety.
Okay.
And I had no problem with the reporting. It was something that Patrick Wachsberger, the head of Lionsgate, clearly told Brent Lang in an interview. Although he was not quoted saying that specific thing, like there will be a Sicario 2. It was just like an interview about Sicario. But like obviously Patrick said there's going to be Sicario 2. But I think he kind of got ahead of himself.
Okay.
I don't think that there may be another movie set in that world. I know Brent's story said it was going to follow Benicio's character.
Right.
I think that would have to be a prequel. I'm pretty sure Benicio has reached the end of his arc.
Okay.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, spoiler alert, which makes it clear in the story,
he
survives the film.
Okay.
But that would have to focus on his early years. There's no possible way I could see a sequel happening.
It's just because I've heard a ton of good reviews. It's like it's kind of everybody's talking about it. I like it. We're doing articles on it. We're covering some things on Schmoes with it, like special articles. I've been in touch with the PR on the film. They're very cool. They're talking to me.
The movie's great, yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard great things. So is it because of that?
I'm just I could just tell like the context in which Variety acquired that scoop. And I can tell that you could just read through the lines of that story. This was not something that, like, I bet if you went to Taylor's team or Villeneuve's team, they would not be so quick to confirm their involvement in that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah, because I also got to think Denis is going.
There's nobody writing the sequel. Like, it is like an idea. Plus, the movie is open in limited release. Okay, it did very well.
Yeah,
it had like the year's highest per theater screen average or whatever.
Great. But
you don't start, announcing sequels after you've made whatever it was, $300,000.
Right.
Let's let this film actually get a release, see how it does, and then what's going to happen. I think it's way premature to say Sicario 2. You'll see it in theaters next year. Like, no,
yeah, I know it's like
true.
The end credits. We get a stinger. We get a tease. It's like Marvel. We get like Benicio del Toro like walking into the club. Hey, what if they can? No,
I'll tell you. If you can do a sequel to Sicario on Benicio's character, I'll give you the Oscar right now. Because there's nowhere to take that storyline. It has reached its conclusion.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. It's a money grab thing.
It's just one of those things where it's like, to hype people up.
There you go. I think that's a good call. Sorry.
Yeah. Why else announce a sequel this early? I mean.
Yeah, guys.
To a movie like that.
Yeah. Sorry, real quick, guys. I see that you're commenting on the live feed. Again, just remember, guys, we're in a new studio and it's kinks. Hopefully you can hear us.
What's happening?
Oh, there's just a little bit of a lag in the video. So, guys, I'm just calling it out because I feel like I should tell you that because it's great. They're working their butts off here, AfterBuzz TV and Popcorn Talk Network.
Yeah, we'll work it out. And if it's too annoying for you or whatever, and you should just be listening. I don't know why you have to watch Mark and I. We're hideous.
Yeah, we
just tune in later today when it hits YouTube and it's like smooth.
There's a reason why we sit behind
bumpy.
a computer. So, okay, yeah, I think it's Sicario. We don't need the sequel. I'm with you on that. So
it's not that we don't need it. I'm just saying, like, it won't be, if it exists, it won't be a sequel. I just highly doubt that this will ever come to fruition. If it does, I bet you it's a prequel.
I hope this isn't some kind of trend now. I mean, I know it is with superhero movies and Star Wars movies and these big brands. They're already talking about the sequel before it comes out. But do we have to do it for like every movie that comes out?
I completely agree. I just like Sicario is such a great movie.
Yeah.
And when I look at like the great movies of the 90s or the early aughts, like those films did not get sequels.
Right.
There's no Heat 2 where Pacino's still trying to catch Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Okay?
Coming next summer, Shawshank Redemption 2.
This is very much a fairly closed story, I felt like.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
with
would
you on
just be
that.
surprised if it ever happens. But hey, congrats to Variety for getting Patrick Wachsberger to leak that. Speaking of Lionsgate sequels, our friends at Collider dropped a nice scoop yesterday or the day before. I forget.
what? Yeah, I
They
missed
said that John Wick 2 has lost its director.
That's right.
Co-director David Leitch,
Right.
who's going on to do something else. He's splitting from Chad, which is a
Bummer.
little, yeah. Well, it's just weird. It's just like this movie seems like it was going into production pretty soon.
Yeah, that's what I
This must
heard.
have been a hell of an opportunity to
Right.
just abandon that movie at the last second.
Maybe is there another dialogue there? Is there maybe some like friction? I mean,
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have no
okay.
idea about any of that. He's still going to be an executive producer on John Wick 2. I do wonder what David is going to go off and do.
yeah,
I wonder.
Marvel movie,
No.
DC movie, Star Wars movie.
Well, you sort of had it at Marvel movie. I wonder if he's. I wonder if he's in the mix for Gambit.
Hey everyone, yeah.
Don't start speculating because that's me wondering it. Same as you sitting in your living room.
Yeah, unfortunately, you just
yeah,
gave bloggers across the internet.
I do wonder.
Their
I
story.
mean, John Wick was a very well received action movie.
It was
I
great.
think David Leitch is exactly the level of guy who they could bring in to do a movie like Gambit.
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing a list of like 10 directors who could get the Gambit job or whatever, and they were very realistic choices.
Yeah.
But I actually ended up with like a list of 25.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
There's a lot
awesome.
of talented directors out there who are waiting for their next job.
Yeah.
A lot, by the way. I think 19 of the 25 directors that I came up with were foreign.
Foreign. Okay.
Yep.
Any women in there? No. Okay.
No, there was not.
Okay.
Just being honest with you guys.
I mean, I
There
just
was not a
wondered.
single woman on the list.
Yeah, that's a good. I think it would be cool to get him in particular for Gambit. I just back to John Wick. I just loved the original. Kind of bummed to hear that. I just think it would be. Well, I don't know what to think anymore.
I mean, they still got Chad Stahelski directing. I mean, I think it's going to be. You're
Yeah.
not going to like notice a big difference with David missing.
Yeah, and maybe
but
it's an opportunity that he wanted to take, and he's still going to
Yeah.
be like, hey, if you
it could
need
be
me.
anything. By the way, it's not necessarily Gambit. Obviously, that film's just looking for a director.
Yeah.
Speaking of directors, the Crow director Corin Hardy in danger of flying the coop, so to speak, according
Yeah.
to a legal objection filed by the film's producers.
This is Relativity, right?
Ed Pressman does not want the Crow rights sort of included in the Relativity sale because then whoever buys Relativity may not be inclined to make the Crow.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
He wants, to basically separate the Crow rights from all that stuff that's going down today. Actually, right now, bids were due at 9 a.m., I believe.
Wow.
For Relativity. Yeah, kind of interesting that, again, due to additional delays, and this film has been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, they may lose Corin Hardy, who, I was skeptical of at the beginning, and then I saw like his reel, and it was really dark and kind of cool looking, and
Yeah.
then the reaction to his horror movie was strong.
What was the horror movie?
It's Sunday. It was at Sundance. It hasn't come out yet. The Hallow, I think.
Okay.
It's called.
Hello. Yeah.
So, that'd be, a bummer if that movie gets pushed. But again, I just want to see it done right. So
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of that. I just feel like this poor movie's
Cursed.
just like absolutely cursed.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you could even go back to the original.
and they don't have a leading man anymore. They
Yeah.
lost Jack Houston. Thank God.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see. I mean, look, guys, Relativity was a studio or a production company. What would you call them?
They were studio.
They're going bankrupt.
They were
so
a mini major.
They're a mini major.
As I wrote in Variety.
mini major. They
mini major of a bust.
Yeah, and guys out there that maybe don't know some of the back and forth of this, they're going bankrupt, and what Jeff was talking about is, if somebody buys them, they might not make the Crow.
Yeah, I mean,
they're like, nah.
They don't have to do what Ryan Caff and Tucker Tully were going to make before.
So the producer wants to make sure he can make this movie.
Yeah,
so he's taking
exactly.
it.
Like, obviously, that's in his interest. So,
Yep.
that is one to monitor. And then there was a bunch of director news, really.
Yeah, and
week.
I see you guys on the live chat here, and I want to get your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Speaking of directors, Ridley Scott, he basically dropped. he was talking about doing Prometheus 2 and like needing 3 movies to connect it to Alien.
I got to tell you, Ridley Scott's been all over the fucking place the last week or two.
He's all over the map.
All over the place.
Then he comes out and...
How old is he? Does he still have it together? The movie's great, The Martian. But
I know. I hear The Martian's amazing.
He is literally saying a different thing about these Alien movies.
Yeah, 3 or 4. So, guys, if you're not aware, he's doing the press rounds for The Martian, and he says Prometheus 2. There needs to be 3 or 4 movies to finally go to the alien world, and then the next day says, "Oh, by the way, the title is Alien Paradise." Like, huh?
I think he just...
That's like the worst title. I'm sorry.
I think
do
he just
not
said
like
that
that
to
title.
stake a claim on like James Cameron. It's like Avatar 2, Paradise Lost.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Yeah, maybe.
I feel like there's a competition between these two guys on the Fox lot.
Really? I love that.
But I'm just inventing things now.
I love it.
Alien Paradise Lost. That is a great title for a movie I don't want to see. What the fuck is that?
I get Prometheus and I get the Paradise Lost, but I would have been fine with just Paradise, like Prometheus Paradise.
Right.
Kind of. I get it. Biblical.
But the paradise has been lost, Mark. Where are they gonna find this paradise, dude? Like, and then there were quotes that's like, "Oh, well, it's like John Milton's poem." But that's as far as it goes.
What? Did John Milton talk about aliens? I mean, what that? I just don't get it, and I get it's a brand thing. It's like, and that's the thing.
Exactly.
Prometheus,
they want alien in the title. No one knows what Prometheus was when it came out.
And also Prometheus barely had any ties to the alien universe, barely. And I think that like the fan or maybe Ridley Scott and the studio is aware of this. They're like, just put in alien. And people will come.
I mean, listen, Ridley's movie, The Martian's excellent, and it's going to do a lot of business for Fox. So he's swinging a big stick over there and can probably do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But yeah, I'm getting such mixed messages from that franchise between the Ridley stuff and Neil Blomkamp stuff.
Yeah. Oh God.
It's
yeah. That's
very,
right.
very confusing, even for someone like me who follows it closely.
It's me too.
I don't understand how they expect the average, layman, a civilian, to comprehend the idea behind these movies.
Yeah, I wrote kind of a long article on Schmoes Know, guys. If you want to check it out, I kind of broke before the title. I broke down. It's like, well, if maybe because I heard he wanted his movie to go first and then Neil's, and
he gets whatever he wants. But again, this is another thing where it's just like it feels like, right now we're calling it Alien Paradise Lost. But has that title been cleared? Like, there's so many things that have to, happen to a title.
Yeah.
Fox needs to legally clear that, so we'll see.
I mean, there's still going to be a lot of developments. I mean, I think it's kind of bullshit that he needs 3 or 4 movies to connect the alien universe.
There's so much story. There's so much mythology, Mark.
Is there? Is there?
Yeah,
it's aliens that suck your face and then.
I agree.
Then, come on,
that's like not why I go to these alien movies. Not everything needs a fucking universe.
Thank you.
Like, I just want to see fucking Sigourney Weaver, all of her friends get killed by an alien, and then she kills the alien at the end. That's what I'm looking for.
That's pretty much what the alien movies are. That's it.
Like,
yeah. I mean, it's not rocket science, even though they needed it.
Meanwhile, at Fox, we have Hugh Jackman, who has apparently been appointed VP of casting over at Fox, saying that he wants Tom Hardy to succeed him as Wolverine.
Yeah.
I won't argue with you there. Tom Hardy would be an excellent Wolverine, I think.
Yep, he would.
I also think that Tom Hardy can't play every fucking comic book character in the goddamn universe.
Exactly.
So let's slow your roll on all these fucking comic book fantasy castings with Tom Hardy.
I think
And meanwhile, Hugh Jackman has exactly 0% say in the decision of who will be the next Wolverine, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, and this is like the second time that Tom Hardy is like linked to a Marvel character, because he said he wanted to play Punisher, and everybody ran with that, and now Hugh Jackman, it's like, they're probably just buddies.
Shouldn't be in a fucking headline. I don't know why Want is ever... I saw so many headlines that I... got into it with an editor of mine yesterday.
Yeah.
Want means nothing. Mm-hmm. Okay? A lot of people want a lot of shit here in Hollywood. Doesn't mean they're going to get a fraction of it.
Now, could Hugh Jackman stay on as a producer? Like, because he's in love with Wolverine that he wants to make sure.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I also... It's like... I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not the caretaker of the wolf. Like, I know he has embodied that character and he has done a great job.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would go giving him like creative say in the next batch of Wolverine movies.
Yeah.
Like, how does that make sense?
Doesn't make sense to me.
Did Christian Bale weigh in on the Ben and Affleck casting?
I mean, I think the only thing he said was, take a piss before you get in the suit.
Hey, take a piss, mate.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I don't know what that was.
No, I like that.
That's why I'm not Christian Bale.
That's right. Can I ask you something? Big L246 on the YouTube chat. Is there an Exorcist remake happening? Is there a potential Exorcist remake happening?
I don't know.
You don't know?
knows?
Is that a rumor?
Wasn't Sean Durkin doing something?
I don't know. This maybe missed me.
I can't keep a track. I think he was doing something, but I thought that may have been for TV. The director of Martha Marcy May Marlene.
Okay.
I don't know, and the internet's not working here, so I can't look it up.
That's right. I'm looking at it. It sucks that you can't get on the internet.
Yeah.
Let me just say, if they're remaking The Exorcist, go. Get the fuck out of town. Shut up. Don't do it.
They're remaking everything, dude.
I know they are.
It's all on the table.
I know they are. Okay.
The only thing you won't see a remake of is Schindler's List.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Jewish. I can make that joke.
Yeah,
Mark.
you can. Which speaking of which, and I don't know.
Tone for it next year.
Big L246. God, I hope not. Thoughts? Fuck yourself. Go. No, don't do it. Do not remake The Exorcist. It's one of my favorite horrors of all time. Get out of town.
Yeah, it
go
holds
home.
Up. It does hold up.
It holds up very well, and I love that movie. And so then I'm going to go to my next rant. What the hell is... Two producers are doing this long THR interview, and they say, oh, yeah, we're rebooting Men in Black as a trilogy. What is that? Really?
That's another thing, totally ahead of themselves. And wait a second. The rebooting Men in Black is a trilogy, but isn't Men in Black crossing over with Jump Street?
That's what I thought.
Isn't that the trilogy?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, again, this is...
See, I love your take on it.
Studios can't... They're just building franchises with other franchises.
Yeah.
One universe is not enough.
Yeah.
We need to take this universe and then add them and create a giant universe.
Yeah, it reminds me when I would play with my Legos and then I would insert Star Wars action figures in like the things I built. So it's like look, it's the shared universe in my toys.
As badly as I want, exactly. It's like I used to do as a kid, where I just poured all the snacks that I loved in a bowl.
Yeah,
and it was a super snack mix. I mean, if I couldn't, as much as I want a development job at a studio and think I could actually be of help, I think I would last a week, because I'd be hearing these kinds of fucking ideas in meetings and literally losing my shit.
Yeah, I mean, I hear about it, and we're gonna post it on Schmoes. No, we're gonna talk about it. I like to speculate; it's fun, but not about remakes. And
meanwhile, so then they're like, "Yeah, Will Smith probably not back," and I'm like, "Really?
Yeah, no kidding.
He didn't want to stick around for this."
I know he
Jesus
didn't.
Christ.
Yeah, he didn't do Independence Day. Why do you think he's gonna do Men in Black? And where's Tommy Lee in all this? Is he sitting at home? He's probably
Tommy Lee Jones is like, you could not pay me enough money.
Do you remember that somebody made a joke? It was at some awards show, and they cut to Tommy Lee, and he's just like, just looking so pissed.
That's how he always is.
That's a meme that needs to go out of there. Hey, they're rebooting Men in Black, and then that's it.
And again, I heard the plans for the Men in Black Jump Street idea, and it's actually really smart. I actually really think it could work.
I do too. It was batshit crazy, but now I'm
you're right.
into
Again, producers getting ahead of themselves. Oh, now it's conceived as a trilogy. I don't want to see a trilogy of Jump Street Men in Black movies.
Yeah, I don't want it either. So okay, that's that.
What else?
Moving on.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah, I like this.
Gonna direct a horror comedy for Blumhouse.
Yeah, what? God, I knew what it was. What is it? Was the concept
It's called
out there?
Get Out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't. I knew he was doing this.
Stars Elaine from Seinfeld.
What?
Get Out.
Oh, that's right. Get out. Okay, that's right.
And it is about, and it sounds like Peele is not going to star, which I think is probably the best thing for this film. He's just going to write and direct.
That's great, though.
And it's going to be about like a young black guy visiting his white girlfriend's estate.
Ooh.
I wonder if she's like rich and like lives on like a former plantation kind of thing, and there's like ghosts, like slave ghosts or something. I have no idea what it's going to be.
And
by the
you
way.
say you can't do development.
But yeah,
that's awesome,
but
dude.
It is going to.
That's rad.
It is going to focus on race, and Jordan, his quote was really interesting because he said that horror movies have grappled with these big ideas and themes and stuff for decades.
Yeah.
I think actually it was Drew McWeeny who wrote that horror is the most political genre.
That's a great point. Drew,
and
as always, killing it with these articles.
Drew's the smartest.
Yeah, he's the best.
So I think that this could be really cool, especially with Blumhouse, who will keep costs down and basically ensure it to be a success.
Yeah, Blumhouse is they're such a great studio. What did I watch?
They've cracked the formula.
What did I watch
Gift?
the other day?
What?
Yeah, The Gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, they did The Gift. I just love that they're doing. And those guys, weren't they doing a Police Academy, both Key and Peele?
Yes, they are. Again, I don't know where that stands at New Line. It seems like development has gone very slow.
I think I like this comment. Rich, cool, cruel sugar. I like that. Desperation equals Sony Pictures. They're saying the reboot, like MIB, just reeks of desperation. Just made me think of it with Police Academy, like reboot. Like, let's just the kids doing an original horror comedy. More original stuff, right?
Well, I totally agree with you on that. But I do think Police Academy is the exact type of franchise that should be rebooted. It's a great title and brand, and the films that series devolved into direct-to-video stuff by the end.
I get that.
Enough time has passed, and it's not like this is like the greatest comedy ever. We're not remaking Caddyshack.
That's true. You know what? That's a good point.
It's totally fair game in this world of remakes.
Yeah, I would go along with that. I mean, I still stand by the idea. It's like. But it's not going to happen. My idea being, of course, more original movies, which I know you agree with. But
yes,
it's just that's the world we're living in now. Just off kind of on the topic. Do you ever think we're going to get just like, you know what? These remakes aren't working anymore. These reboots are not working anymore. We have to do something else. We have to figure out. So we're going to take some original things.
I mean, I think it depends on the reboot and obviously the budget. I think next year, A24 just stated The Witch.
Yeah, that's right.
And it is going to go up against Ben-Hur. And I think that Ben-Hur is actually going to be a really interesting test because that is considered a classic.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's right.
And so that is an update of somewhat sacred ground.
That is.
So that will be a very interesting litmus test of will these kind of remakes of classics go over well with the public?
That's such a great point. I'm with you, man. If Ben-Hur just tanks horribly. I think there's going to be a conversation. I think that
right because it's pretty expensive, from what I understand.
Yeah, well, interesting.
Just wait until they remake Spartacus with Tom Hardy or some shit.
Oh my God, yeah, and that's probably what they're going to do.
Tom Hardy for everything.
Yeah, he is. He's going to do everything. He's that good.
Let's see. We got some news yesterday out of the Weinstein Company.
Yeah, what was that?
Jake Gyllenhaal is going to join Benedict Cumberbatch in The Current War.
Yeah.
Which is a movie that will pit George Westinghouse against Thomas Edison.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been trying to make this for years. Actually, the director of Ben-Hur, Timur Bekmambetov, was supposed to direct it years and years ago. Ben Stiller was attached recently.
Really?
So this is one of those projects that, Mike Fleming will write about every 2 or 3 years to update us on where things stand.
Cool.
But it looks like it's finally coming together with the Weinstein Company's Southpaw star, Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
And Cumberbatch, who they worked with on Imitation Game and August Osage County.
Yeah. Those are some great casts.
It could be cool. I'm just we'll see.
You don't think it might? I mean, it's.
Well, I mean, on paper, it's not like it doesn't jump out as like a can't miss idea. I don't know. Yeah. Plus, the idea of Gyllenhaal in period garb scares me a little.
That's interesting because I'm like, maybe it's because I'm so used to him doing these kind of these quirky parts and nowadays like Nightcrawler and Southpaw.
He's amazing. He'll
my God,
sure he'll knock it out of the park.
Nightcrawler, he should have been nominated. I'm sorry, he should have been. That is still going on.
Yeah, that's craziness. But and it's coming from the director of Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, which is also a good sign. He's going to direct that after Collateral Beauty with Will Smith.
Oh, cool. Well, I like the cast, and I thought I saw Black Mass last weekend, and
what'd you think of Black Mass, Mark?
I liked it a lot. I didn't love it.
Yeah,
I thought it was just it didn't hook me like say, and I've heard Goodfellas in this conversation and The Departed, and those movies got me. I am a huge fan of mob movies like that. So I was chomping at the bit. And for Johnny Depp, which he's fantastic. He's amazing. He disappeared.
He's very good.
Yeah, but that was it. I didn't love it.
It never found that extra gear for me.
Yeah, and Joel Edgerton was great too. He was fantastic.
I loved Edgerton. He was great as John Connolly, the FBI guy, who was kind of letting Bulger operate and get away with stuff for years.
Yep.
Johnny, listen, it's the best Johnny Depp has been in a long fucking time.
Absolutely.
And I think it's borderline nomination worthy.
Yeah.
It could definitely get a nomination. I do not think that Johnny Depp will or should win.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's just something about it for me, at least my opinion, and I know a lot of people saw it and really like it. Just didn't hit the sweet spot.
I preferred Matt Damon in The Martian.
Interesting.
It's just
Can't wait to see
Johnny's
that.
performance is just, I don't know, maybe it's a little one note. The scene though with Julianne Nicholson, you know the scene I'm talking about? He touches.
Oh God, yes.
That was such a good scene.
That was a good scene.
I mean, he was creepy as shit in that scene.
I was just like, she's just reading. She's just upstairs.
Just leave her alone. She
leave her
doesn't
alone.
feel well, Whitey.
I know. He's just checking. He's like, hey, what's going on here?
That was fucked up.
Yeah, that was good.
So yeah, good movie. Just I didn't think it was great.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'll go down as one of the classics. It was like American Gangster, someone mentioned. Like solid, respectable gangster movie, but
yeah. Good. It was good. Good on you, studio. Good on you, Johnny Depp.
We had some nice news that yours truly broke this week.
Oh, what's that?
That Tracy Morgan is returning to the big screen in New Line's comedy Fist Fight with Ice Cube and Charlie Day.
Oh, cool. That's right. I heard about Charlie Day and Ice Cube, and now, so Tracy Morgan just came out and basically on the Emmys, and he's back from that horrible crash where he had some brain damage.
He was lucky to survive that accident.
Yeah,
and then he got like a standing ovation, right?
Mm-hmm. And then he was really funny.
Emmys.
He's like, I'm back, so y'all better watch the women. Or he said something about like he's gonna sleep with all the women or something.
I mean, listen, people like Tracy Morgan. I think there's a lot of love for him.
Yeah. He's by far the best, for me at least. 30 Rock, he was the best in 30 Rock.
SNL too, though. There's just something like lovable about the guy, and I think people were really happy that he looks to be making a nearly full recovery.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's still on the road. But yeah, it's going to be cool to see him. It's a really cool cast. It's about like a teacher who thinks another teacher's trying to get him fired, so he challenges him to a fist fight.
Nice.
Ice Cube, Charlie Day, Tracy Morgan's going to be like the coach at the school. Dean Norris from Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah.
Is going to be the principal.
I was going to say he's got to be the principal.
Jillian Bell's in it too, who's great in 22 Jump Street.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's a good cast. And
yeah, it's a fun one.
All right, fun original comedy. I'll take it.
And speaking of Dean Norris,
I
also did a story this week about him and Lee Pace and the great Sarah Silverman joining the cast of Colin Trevorrow's next film, Book of Henry.
That's right. And a lot of Colin Trevorrow news. Just a couple.
That's right. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
But yeah, Book of Henry. I just wanted to touch on Sarah Silverman's casting. She's so good in I Smile Back, which is this little indie that was at Sundance. I didn't love the movie. I thought the movie was just okay, but she's tremendous in it. It's a lot like Sandra Bullock in Our Brand Is Crisis, where she just totally outshines the movie.
Okay.
Sarah Silverman though.
Is this like Oscar?
I wouldn't be opposed to an Oscar nomination. I think she fucking lays it all out there. Like, she's great.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, that's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of people are just saying she's brilliant. Oscars, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So I don't know. If she should be psyched that she's in a Colin Trevorrow movie, or if Colin Trevorrow should be psyched that he got Sarah Silverman. But either way, it's a nice pairing.
Yeah.
And Dean Norris and Lee Pace also very strong. So I like the way that cast is shaping up.
Mm-hmm.
It's Naomi Watts and then the two kids. One from St. Vincent. Did you ever see that?
Oh yeah, I love St. Vincent.
St. Vincent's
that was a
really
great
sweet movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kid from Room, which I saw this week.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard anything about Room?
I've heard good things.
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, I've heard really, really good things.
And I can see how some people would hate it. Jeff Wells and our good friend Josh Dickey
Oh, yeah.
absolutely ragged on this movie, and they were just like, I couldn't stand, being in the theater. It felt like I was in the room with them. Like, it's just oppressive, and I think that's just a sign that the movie did its job well.
Yeah.
This kid that they found, Jacob Tremblay, who's in Colin Trevorrow's next movie, is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, good.
I saw 2 incredible child performances. I'll tell you about the other one later.
Okay.
Yeah, he is a real find, and I can't wait to see what he does in Colin's movie.
Oh, that's great. And
Room, check it out.
Yeah, I want to see The Room. Yeah, I've heard.
Not The Room.
No, Room.
Big difference.
Yeah, I know. Right. Everybody. Oh, hi, Mark.
They buy the ticket for that midnight screening of The Room.
I know.
People are throwing spoons. They're like,
oh my god,
freaking out. I thought Brie Larson was in this.
Yeah. I love that one.
So then, what was the other Colin Trevorrow news? Mark, you take the lead on that one.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend.
That's right.
Tim Dowling, who he's written Role Models, This Means War, and This Summer's Pixels.
Yep.
Has been hired to write the name of it. What's the name?
Stealing Time. It's
Stealing
an old
Time.
Colin Trevorrow time travel script.
Yep. He likes time travel.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll factor into Jurassic World too.
I know.
Dun dun dun.
But apparently they pulled this script that's been out there for a long time.
Yeah, he's got a hot name, a big brand. They're like, hey, why are we just letting this project, sit on a shelf? So they're reactivating it, sort of putting it back into active development, and they're bringing our boy Dowling on to write the script, which is great. And they've worked with him before. Tim Dowling was writing the Office holiday comedy movie for, I think it was for DreamWorks, possibly for Universal as well.
Oh yeah, I didn't know about that.
And they had a bunch of cool actors lined up for that over the years. I have always wanted to see that project of Tim's.
Yeah. Well,
and we all know what can happen at an office holiday party.
Good things.
I've got 3 kids.
Xerox your butt. Tim Dowling, he mentioned something about it, like kind of like an Amblin movie.
Yes.
Like he's been wanting to do.
I think that's the mission now at DreamWorks, is to now recapture that kind of feeling.
I am all for it. And again,
Tim knows Amblin. I mean, as we know.
And this is an original script, which I love. I love that DreamWorks is behind this. And,
yeah, exactly.
So great. It goes to my previous point. We need more of these movies. And, thank God Trevorrow broke it big and he has this original thing, and there you go.
And had the good taste to hire Tim Dowling.
There you go. So congrats to Tim. Everybody, tweet him.
What else was there? There's a few more things that I wanted to get into. Let's see.
Yes.
Jeremy Saulnier. I never know how to pronounce his last name. Forgive me.
No,
but the
it's
director of Blue Ruin and Green Room is reteaming with A24 on a really cool sounding revenge movie set in like the Alaskan wilderness.
Oh, really?
It almost sounded like
The Revenant.
It was like The Revenant meets The Grey. It was like,
oh wow,
it was wild.
I didn't hear about this.
So it should be pretty cool. And Macon Blair, who starred in Blue Ruin and and plays a role in Green Room.
Okay. Are you following us out there?
Yes. He is writing the script, which is based on a celebrated novel.
Oh, cool.
He's a guy who I was kind of waiting for to take the next leap to studio features.
Okay.
And I don't think that is far away for Jeremy, but I like that he is getting back with A24.
That's great.
Because they have really good taste, and they are obviously letting him make the movie that he wants to make.
I like this. And sorry, something caught my eye on the YouTube chat. Furious 8. Is there some breaking news on that, or I know that they threw a lot of money at James Wan to get him back?
I doubt anything's breaking because there was that story in the Hollywood Reporter this week, which really didn't.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
It sparked a lot of discussion. I didn't feel like there was anything that crazy in it.
I didn't either.
So it's like, they tried to get James Wan back. We know that he's obviously off doing The Conjuring 2.
Yeah.
Justin Lin went to do Star Trek. They threw a boatload of money at James Wan. He turned him down.
Yep. He wanted to do Conjuring 2 and then Aquaman.
And Vin Diesel's difficult to work with. Like, that seems to be the...
That was the news for me. I'm like, really? He is?
Well, I'm this is like his baby.
Yeah.
He sort of sees himself as the caretaker of the franchise, especially with Paul Walker gone. So
yeah,
of course he's very hands-on. I love that there was that line though that like everyone's very afraid that Vin will want to direct one of these movies himself. Like,
why are they afraid of that? I mean, maybe it's because he wouldn't be good. I don't know. They don't have faith in him.
Again, it'll be very interesting to see who gets that job too. Maybe that's the John Wick guy. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look at that.
These are big jobs to go to from John Wick, either one.
Yeah.
I've always, F. Gary Gray has made a ton of money for Universal with Straight Outta Compton. He can
definitely do that. That
he
stuff
has
is...
not signed on to do anything since that film. I know he's taking a lot of meetings. That would certainly be interesting if they offered that to him, although I don't know if he feels like, now that he's made an artistic success with Compton, if he wants to go and do the 8th film in a franchise.
Right. And even one that's
established and the casting's in place and all that stuff.
Yeah, and no, I get it, and then there was everybody talking. I think that's a hopeful news break, is him wanting to do or directing Black Panther over at Marvel. I think that's a smart...
I'm sure his name has come up. I still think that they will hire an African American filmmaker.
I think they will. Yeah.
So we'll see. I think either way, he's in line for something big.
Yeah.
There were a few other things. How much time do we have since we started late?
Have fun.
Did you say have fun? All right. It's 10 o'clock. Thank you, Steven, in the booth.
A few more things.
Let's do it. What do you got? What do you got?
What the fuck is Batman Day?
I know. I just saw this today, and it's like, what? Really?
This is on a Saturday?
It's like it's like, when they invented Valentine's Day or something. It's like like Hallmark is like toy companies.
Every superhero gonna have his own day soon?
Yeah, and as a Superman fan, what's the deal?
Really.
Why
really
Batman Day?
Shortchanging poor Soups.
Do we get work off?
Yeah, I know, right? Can we not go into work?
I'll ask Sharon about that.
Yeah. Jeez, Batman Day, I have no idea what it is. I can only imagine that it's, there's going to be hashtags and people wearing Batman shirts and playing with toys. Wonderful. Go home. That's it. Great. Grand. Breaking news on his phone here, quick. I'm just going to fill everyone. Jeff Sneider.
Oh, no, I just got a text from a coworker that said that John Goodman has now officially joined the cast of Kong Skull Island.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the movie that keeps on giving, because we got him going over to Warner Brothers, shared universe with Godzilla.
I just love John Goodman in fucking anything, man. He's great.
Favorite by all time is Big Lebowski, of course.
See, if I could do almost a spin-off of any movie, I'd want a spin-off of John Goodman's character from Arachnophobia.
Oh my God. Thank you. I would totally watch that.
And I'm dying for an Arachnophobia remake in which Chris Pratt plays that role.
Oh, that's a great...
Like just a goofy, like...
Yeah, and I love the music. And he's just like... he
Arachnophobia
spits.
is amazing.
It's funny. I lost the Schmodown last night, by the way. I'm sorry,
hurt. Buddy.
I'm so upset.
I was rooting for you. Who'd you lose to?
We lost to Top 10, Matt Nost and John Roca. They're good. I mean, it was just like we just kept going back and forth. It was like we were tied, and then they were up by 2, and then we were up by 2, or whatever.
Well, I'll put it this way. You can take comfort in the fact that this entire tournament is ridiculous on its face, because without Team Scoop, it's invalid.
I totally agree with that.
It's like having the NCAA tournament without Duke.
Yep, I agree with that. But anyways, there was a question about a horror movie. David Arquette stars in a horror movie about spiders. Do you know the title?
Eight-Legged Freaks.
Yeah, I could not get it in my head, and Dan Moreau couldn't get it either, and then we lost. So that's
bummer.
But he said no, it's arachnophobia, and I'm like, no, David Arquette is not in that, because I know arachnophobia backwards and forwards.
Inside and out, baby.
That's an Amblin movie.
Yeah, I think it is.
That was an Amblin movie.
There you go.
There you go.
An Amblin movie starring Julian Sands.
Yeah, that's right. Julian Sands was in it.
We had a little more DreamWorks. No, is this? Yeah, it is DreamWorks news. The Girl on the Train casting its male lead, supposedly.
Yeah, this is Jared Leto and
now here's
Chris
the interesting
Evans.
thing about that story. I was told on Friday that it was blatantly false,
interesting.
and that neither actor would be in the movie.
Yeah.
And come Monday, lo and behold, it's changed.
Really?
I do think that both have scheduling issues, and I do think that one of those actors' deals will probably not work out.
Okay.
It's going to be tight, at least.
Yeah.
I think Chris Evans and his movie, Mark Webb's movie, Gifted,
Yeah.
could pose a real problem. I mean, I love the way, again, that's a really cool cast. I've heard great things about the book. I'm curious how it all comes together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a frustrating one.
I mean, I like those two actors, so bring it on if they can do it. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, and it's another example of comic book sort of actors going and doing something a little more serious.
Yeah, and do you think they?
That's what you got to do. You got to balance it. You got to.
Yeah, one for me, one for the studio.
Yeah.
Right. I guess that's it. And to answer your question, was I upset about them making a Star Wars day and why not Batman? Because it's Star Wars. They can do anything they want with Star Wars. Batman, just get your own day. Get your own day. Oh, he did. Okay. Who cares? Who knows what I'm saying? Deadpool Day, says Martin Bridger. Yeah, we're gonna get it all. We're gonna be coming. So what else is out there?
Hayden Christensen.
Okay, let's do this.
Is he coming back for Star Wars Episode 8?
Should we end it there with just the speculative, ridiculous rumor that makes no sense?
No, I'm not ready to end the show.
Okay, good.
I want 10 more minutes.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's my 2 cents.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know how Hayden Christensen can do it. Then, the rumor mill starts going crazy, and I hear all sorts of things, like cloning Darth Vader in Episode 8, like Force Ghost, flashback. I mean, it's everything under the sun. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't care. I only saw the third. I never saw, what was it?
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith.
No, I saw the third one, yeah.
Oh, you saw that? You
I didn't see the other one, Attack of the Clones or the Phantom Menace. Didn't see those movies.
He was in Attack of the Clones. He wasn't in Phantom Menace.
Oh, right.
Little
Lloyd.
kid was
right.
Jake Lloyd.
I
think. Look, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just feel like it's a random story.
It's a weird way for the news to come out. That's for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, I think when I made some calls on the Hayden Christensen thing, they were like, "No, we haven't been contacted or whatever."
There you go.
But yeah, it was like a team of people are coming to train Hayden Christensen. Like, Let me tell you something, guys. Hayden Christensen does not need to be trained. He is ready at a moment's notice.
That's correct.
For any physical activity.
It's correct. Look at that movie with, was it Nicolas Cage? What is it? The Marco Polo? Is it Marco Polo? Am I right?
He is supposed to be Marco Polo.
There you go.
Is that actually happening?
I don't know.
That seemed like a crazy one. Our boy Justin Kroll at Variety had one about the villain in Jack Reacher 2.
Oh, yeah.
This guy, Patrick, I think it's Hugh Singer.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name.
He's dating a good friend of mine, actually.
Really? Ooh, gossip for you guys.
And while I don't, I'm not very familiar with his work, I think people had the same sort of idea about Jai Courtney in the first film, and he was great. So, yeah.
What was he from? He's from some show, right?
Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. He's been on a few things.
Okay. Hey, Jack Reacher 2. I better go see Jack Reacher. I didn't see
Jack Reacher's great. You didn't see it?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it, and a lot of people were like, at least some of my friends were like, nah, it wasn't very good, and then I heard from a lot more people that it was great, so I got to see it. Hence the sequel. It did well. So
yeah, I saw a couple of movies this week. I told you about Room. Room's excellent. I saw Beasts of No Nation.
Oh, how was that?
It was good, but again, it didn't tell me anything new. If I gave you hey, make a movie about child soldiers, I bet you would write something very similar.
Okay. Yeah, so nothing new to the table.
It looked gorgeous. I love the score from Dan Romer, who did Beasts of the Southern Wild, and the kid that they found, Abraham Atta, is excellent. But yeah, Idris. I don't really think it's nomination worthy. I think he's been getting that supporting buzz because the kid's definitely the lead. Okay. But I don't really see it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it was a movie to admire. I respect the craft, but I don't think I'd see it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's on Netflix right now, right?
No, it's going to be on Netflix.
Oh, it's going to be.
It's not out now.
So it's just in kind of limited release in the theaters.
It's not in theaters. No, I mean I went to a press screening.
Oh, got it.
It will get a theatrical release at some point. I don't know if it's November, December, whenever it is.
Okay.
Could even be next month. I also saw The Intern with Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway.
Yes.
I went in with very low expectations
Nancy
and was
Myers.
pleasantly surprised.
Hey, all right.
I found it pretty charming.
Oh, good.
It was kind of a nice date movie.
Nancy Myers is kind of awesome in my book. I love
How
her,
so?
because she wrote a lot of those fun movies,
sure,
like Father of the Bride, and I'm trying to.
Did she?
Yeah, she co-wrote it with names escaping me.
The husband, Charles Shire.
Yes, Charles Shire, and then started to go into movies, and I love Something's Got to Give. I just love it. I know it's a total chick movie, but in a good way. 'Cause
she has a very particular,
style.
Right, exactly. Like this movie, you walk in, you see like De Niro's like closet, and it's just meticulously organized, and the tie rack, and like the pillows on the bed. Like you are living in like a catalog for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But Anne Hathaway, I thought was really good. I know she gets a ton of shit. People hate her for being Anne Hathaway or something.
Yeah.
I never understood that whole movement.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know why.
But she's excellent and looks great. And De Niro, it's fun. No,
it's
it's
De Niro.
not. It's not fucking Taxi Driver De Niro. And some may think
Yeah.
he's slumming.
Maybe he just wants to do something different.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah.
I thought for
Was
him.
he slumming in Meet the Parents?
No.
Exactly.
Meet the Parents is like classic De Niro.
Yes, exactly. Now. Yeah.
And then this film wasn't as good as that one, but I did enjoy it.
Oh, that's good to hear. Like I said, Nancy Meyers, I do like her work. Hated The Holiday, though. That one sucked.
Yeah, that was bad.
And what else is out there that we can keep talking about here? We're wrapping it up, Meet the Movie Press.
I'll do like, two or three more minutes if there's something
Yeah.
you want to close on.
I think I'm trying to look. Let's go to the live chat. What are you guys talking about over here? Any love for a sequel to Blank Man or Short Circuit? Nerds for Hire says.
What are these questions? Is this what you are actually sitting at home thinking about?
No, I
Will
don't
there
have
be
any
a
news.
blank? Man, wow.
Yeah, any Nerds for Hire then also says any news on Ready Player One, which I can't wait for that movie. So I just know that they've cast Artemis,
Olivia Cook, yeah.
and that's all we've heard. So
That is. And you know what? If there was more news, I would have fucking written it by now.
exactly, you heard it here. No news is good news in this case. It's in good hands. Spielberg.
Yeah, until like 4 months from now, when Spielberg just is like, I'm out.
Yeah, he's like, I'm making Jurassic World 3, or whatever.
Don't
he's
put
gonna
it
do.
past him.
Yeah, I know. Like the Creed poster, says Jeremy Ledger. Yes, I like the Creed poster. I also loved the trailer. I think it looks fantastic.
Creed's going to be cool. I've heard good things about Creed. And
Well, what's his name? Kogler? The director.
Coogler.
Coogler, thank you. Fruitvale Station, guys, is one of those movies you have to see.
yeah, it's amazing. It was
powerful.
legit incredible.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies of it was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan was fantastic in it. And what? Oh, that Fantastic Four. And right?
Did you get that one, guys?
That was my point.
He is fantastic in it. So
yeah.
Creed.
So this movie, I just think it's great. I think it's like an interesting button on the Rocky franchise. Sly coming in there and doing his
Rocky
thing.
gets sick in this movie. Apparently, I wonder if he lives. We'll see.
A lot of people said that the trailer ruined that for that little twist.
Yeah, I agree. It did.
But see, there was a synopsis that came out that kind of and said Rocky's going to be battling his toughest opponent yet. And I was
Cancer.
like, yeah, and everybody was like, shit, he's got cancer.
Fuck.
Yeah, so
Man, but those are also the realities.
Paradise
like,
Lost.
yeah, Creed 2, Paradise Lost. Oh boy, yeah, I just can't wait to see that movie. So
I think it'll be really good.
Yeah.
That may do it. I mean, we can get into Oscar predictions maybe next week or a week or 2 weeks from now, something like that.
Yeah.
Because we're getting there. I've seen a lot of fall product.
You're gonna be leading that charge because I'm gonna have to catch up. So that'll be fun though. I can't wait. Yeah, Oscar season is kind of officially here. There's gonna be a lot of movies that are gonna come out that everybody's gonna be talking about.
And fall TV's back too. Is there anything that you're excited about or looking forward to?
What did I see? I missed Minority Report. I wanted to see that. Was it any good?
Jesus, Mark.
Yeah, well,
I'm not gonna watch Minority Report. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Then what's the one with the tattoos? The girl. I watched
Blind
it.
Spot.
Blind Spot.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
These are horrible network shows, right?
Yeah. Well, what else is coming out? I don't know. I don't watch TV that much anymore.
You got Supergirl coming out.
I got a call. 1 second. Go for it, Mark.
Oh, okay.
This is Jeff.
You got Supergirl coming out. You got The Bastard Executioner came out. That's the Kurt Sutter one.
Yes, The Bastard Executioner. I'm not hearing good things.
No.
Yeah, I'm hearing bad things actually. Supergirl, I definitely want to see. That was cool. You should have taken it on air.
Sorry, no. Listen, you never know if it could be breaking news when you get a call from PR powerhouse agency 42 West. But
nice.
I don't think it was that. So
Okay. Well,
not that it would have mattered because I don't have internet here.
yeah. Are you shaking my head? You don't like Johnny Five? He's alive. No, I love Short Circuit. I just don't think we need a movie, another movie.
I mean, I think that there will be another Short Circuit eventually, but I don't think Chappie helped.
Yeah, that's true.
I really like Chappie, but
Yeah.
I don't think that helps Short Circuit cause.
Well, guys, we're going to wrap it up. That is Meet the
let's.
Movie Press
I gotta
for
go to
your
work.
Friday. Yeah, I got to go to work. I'm sorry to get all these emails. Thanks for joining us, as always, guys, live here on the Popcorn Talk Network. And please rate, subscribe, share with your friends. Like I say, we got the new spaceship rolling, so that helps. And, like this video here on YouTube. That also helps.
Like all my Toronto video interviews on the Raps YouTube page.
Yes, go to therap.com. Check out Jeff
Just
Sneider's
click
stuff.
on the video tab and watch all the TIFF interviews because there are some pretty fun ones in there.
Yeah, man.
And then hopefully, I don't know if it'll be today or if it'll be Monday. I do have a big interview coming.
Yeah?
With the writers of Neighbors 2, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, who are now directing Will Ferrell's movie The House.
Oh, great.
Maybe there'll be some cool details about some of those projects in that.
I'm
interview.
excited. That's cool. And guys, as always, you can find me at Riley Around on Twitter and at schmozno.com.
At the Sneider at the rap.com.
There you go. And guys, we will see you next
Have a
week.
good weekend, everybody.
Yes.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Christian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.